Family, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, big welcome and thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. I'm truly blessed and thankful that you guys chose me, man. I'm so thankful for that. Before we get started, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. That's first and foremost. Hit that like button. Also, if you guys have Instagram, I would highly appreciate it if you would follow us on Instagram. We are currently at almost 5K. I'm trying to get to 10K because I want to start a broadcast channel where we could just pretty much talk, send each other things, links, all that stuff. And maybe one day this show can be live. And I think that'll be pretty cool just so we could all interact, you know, within each other and stuff like that. So I'm excited about that. Also, I was supposed to record a video today with J-Hope Music. Now, I chose J-Hope because it was random, to be honest. But I asked you guys for some music. That way I can make a nice video of, let's say, 7 songs. It'll probably be like a 2-hour video or so. But if you guys can, please go ahead and go to the post section on the channel and comment down your favorite J-Hope songs, and then I'm gonna condense it and see what was asked for the most and then make a video out of it. So, and I'm trying to get Nanselly in that one too, because she's been low-key. She just told me a few seconds ago, she's been going down the RM rabbit hole and she loves RM. So I'm like, whoa. You're a little bit too ahead of me, man. I haven't even got down there yet. So I'm super excited. Please go ahead and do that. I would really appreciate it. I'm very thankful for you guys too, because you guys have been killing it on the love that you guys have been showing us. Even though sometimes the videos are not about BTS, it's okay. And I'm very thankful that you guys are still showing up. You guys are still there and you guys are enjoying the content. You know, that means a lot. So thank you guys so much. I'm not gonna lie, today my vibe was a little bit off, man. It was a little bit off. I felt good, but then as the day went on, I was starting to feel a little bit tired, a little bit like just like blah, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, the way that I fixed that was, first and foremost, I changed my mindset. I changed my attitude. I don't know if you guys are believers in God or not. And if you're not, all respects to your religion, it's okay. But I'm saying what I do. I just literally prayed. I changed my attitude. And, you know, I was just being nice to everybody. I was, you know, saying, hi, how's it going? Have a great day. I like your hat. You know, things like that. Just to switch that energy up. And it helped me out a lot today, to be honest. Because if not, the old me would have been grumpy. I wouldn't have made a video. I would have just been chilling. I would have been doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Well, not really. I would have probably been working on the store, but I'm just saying, you know, I wouldn't have been making a video. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So if you guys are going through anything like that, you guys should definitely try to pray to whoever you know, believe in, like I said, and just try to change that mindset and just try to almost 360 your feelings. And trust me, within a couple of minutes, you're gonna start feeling the change. And it's beautiful, man, because instead of having the worst day of your life, you could switch it yourself to the best day ever. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to share that with you guys. But before we get started with today's reaction video, yo, you guys have been insane with the love, with the comments. I am so sorry I cannot keep up with all of those comments. I am trying my absolute best, my best. As you guys know, I have a 9 to 5, but I do work overtime every day. So it's technically, you know, a 9 to 7, whatever you want to call it. So it gets very hard for me to reply to every single one of you guys, but I do hop on the premiere videos and obviously when we're live and all that stuff. So please bear with me. I'm gonna do my best to continue to, you know, respond to you guys and stuff like that, because I don't like to keep you guys hanging. But I just hope that you guys understand, you know what I'm saying? But all right, I'm excited about today's video. This one's obviously by Boracity magazine. Now, a lot of people have told me that, you know, she's good, she's bad. I've seen different comments, but to me personally, I really like the way she makes videos. I feel like these are more of my style of kind of videos, only because they're short, to the point, and You're not giving me a runaround on anything. You're literally telling me what it is, and does that make sense? Like it's just straight up, and I like that. I like straight up stuff. So this one is called BTS versus the radio. So I'm excited about that because obviously we already know what's been going on with them and how they were not getting any plays, especially in the US in the radio, even though it was a very popular mainstream song. So I'm excited to deep dive in this video.
In 2017, BTS realized that they were not only the biggest artists in South Korea, but they also In 2017, BTS realized that they were not only the biggest artists in South Korea, but they also had a chance to be recognized in the Western music industry. That year, they were nominated to their first big American award, the Billboard Music Awards. They attended the ceremony and got their first Top Social Artist Award. So what was next? The biggest artists in the United States have at least one of these three things under their belts: streams, sales, and radio play. These three things are the only criteria to get a #1 single in music charts, including the Billboard charts, the biggest one in the music industry. This is why BTS went to many radio stations, had a lot of interviews, and gifted their latest album You Never Walk Alone to radio DJs. ARMYs got the message. Radio is important. So we requested BTS songs on every radio station we could, and if we saw that BTS was going to be interviewed on one, we sent them flowers, chocolates, and letters, thanking them for giving this opportunity to BTS.
That is amazing. Like, wow. Okay, Army, you guys are incredible. Incredible. This is the most humbling, the most amazing thing that I've ever seen an Army supporters, fans do for someone that they truly believe in. Like, that has to be top tier. I've never in my life heard anything like this ever happen. I'm sorry, I'm like baffled right now. That is insane. What? You guys would send gifts, you guys would request it. Oh, wow. That's so much support. I love that.
And gifted their latest album You Never Walk Alone to radio DJs. ARMYs got the message. Radio is important. So we requested BTS songs on every radio station we could, and if we saw that BTS was going to be interviewed on one, we sent them flowers, chocolates, and letters, thanking them for giving this opportunity to BTS.
Your Army sent us flowers.
Oh, really?
To thank us for having you on.
And that has never happened before.
Dude, what? You have to be like, if you don't find this amazing, you gotta rethink what is happening here. Someone that does not personally know BTS, obviously they know them as Army, but as someone that knows them directly, went out of their way to buy flowers to thank a radio station because BTS was going to be there. Wow.
For with any other artist.
That is
However,
crazy.
as time passed, the radio spins never came, and the albums BTS gifted to radio stations were found unopened in garage sales.
If I would, when did this happen? When did this happen? Because I am a huge garage sale enthusiast. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a reseller. I sell used, new clothes. I go to thrift stores. I do all of that. I love doing that. I've been doing that for years. That is how I got this shirt. That is how I have all of this inventory next to me. That is how, well, this is new with tags or whatever, but you get the gist. I do this. This is what I do. So if I would have ever came across this, first of all, I probably wouldn't have known, but what an opportunity for anybody that in this moment knew who this was. Like, just imagine a BTS CD. Okay, that goes to show. Okay, hold on. So just because this reminded me a little bit, and we're gonna get back to the video. I'm sorry, this is completely off the rails, but We went thrifting. Actually, like I just said, that's what I do. We went thrifting on Tuesday. Tell me why. I'm looking for a shirt. I'm like, all right, well, I want to get something new, something fresh, just I like rocking vintage sometimes. I like rocking different kinds of things. So, I look for cool things. And then I see a shirt, right? I see the shirt. I get closer to it, and then I see something yellow. And I'm like, what? Okay, what is that? And then I read it, and it says butter. I'm like, it can't be. Grab it. This is what I'm talking about right here. Let me see if it focuses. Yeah, so that. And then the back of it was this. Love yourself. So that, found that shirt, right? I was excited. I'm like, oh my God, I just found a BTS shirt for me to wear. This is crazy. Come to find out, it's a crop top and it's for my wife. So shout out to my wife for always finding and getting all of the good stuff. I never get anything. Jesus Christ. It's so, but yeah, so she found a shirt, so that was cool. But yeah, anyway, going back to this, it's pretty crazy. So whoever got this, let me know. I want to know from the chat, from the comments. Please let me know who was lucky enough to find this CD in a garage sale. I need to know. That's so crazy. I'm over here grabbing my coffee. It's not even clicked on.
So why were radios massively tweeting about BTS and inviting them to their shows if they never intended to play their songs, even when they became the most requested artists on radio? Believe it or not, many radio DJs dislike BTS because they cannot profit from their success like they can from other musical acts. The only thing they can do is...
And if you guys want to see about this, we did react to a video where Bora was talking about how the industry hates them because they can't profit off of them. So if you guys are interested in that, we do have a video on that. Maybe in the comments someone can hook me up and remind me which one it was.
Increase the radio's social media engagement.
I want to see your techniques, okay, for taking a selfie. Can we put all these on our website and let people maybe they can vote for who's got the best technique?
And radio is able to directly profit from playing certain songs because of an illegal practice called payola.
Yep. Okay, I'm excited. Obviously, we know who pay. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Payola, also known as the illegal version of pay for play, happens when an artist's record label pays radio to play their songs over and over again without disclosing the fact that the radio spins were paid. This way, these radio spins can count towards music charts like the Billboard Hot 100. It is basically bribing radio stations to play a song. This practice is illegal and it was banned from radio stations. However, in 2020, Rolling Stones magazine exposed more than 2,500 text messages involving Steve Sapp, a radio promoter with a number of radio stations. The messages reveal conversations between Sapp and multiple major label executives, where they arranged multiple payola agreements. This led to an investigation targeting the Recording Industry Association of America, record labels, and streaming services, as well as a lawsuit that later revealed that Sapp received more than 130 payments totaling over $300,000. And this
is why a lot of artists, and I'm talking about EFAM right now real quick, this is why a lot of artists are not eating in the game right now. I'm gonna be honest, we've reacted to a lot of local LA artists before, and it's pretty cool when they are doing their thing and they're selling out, a venue, or even a festival and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, those are the people that truly follow you. It's not going to be something like, it's crazy because some of these songs could probably not even be requested, but they have to be played because they're getting paid. Well, the radio station is getting paid. So that goes to show, like with the whole LA artists, it's like, this is why a lot of your music is not going to be able to be played, because you got to pay. Even though they say you don't have to, you have to pay. It's just, I don't know. It's just something that has been talked about for a very long time. And it is true.
one case of one independent radio promoter, which involved only 3 radio stations in the adult contemporary format: the Bay Area's KREV, Palm Springs KRCK, and Las Vegas KFRH. Agreements with major labels are believed to be multi-million-dollar settlements, just like it was shown in a 2004 investigation. And I just want to clarify that the artists themselves allegedly did not have anything to do with these agreements. The text messages show no evidence that any artists were communicating with SAP, only their labels.
That's a banger.
So who does payola? Panic at the Disco's radio promoter sent an urgent text to SAP when the group's spins decreased, saying, "I just did a 2,000 deal with you. I need Panic back up." SAP texted a station employee, "Any way to move 5 seconds of summer to Superpower till Saturday? I will get a great promo for you." Another text says, "Can we do Flora Cash and Khaled? Promise them 35 spins each. We'll cover that cash giveaway."
And this is why in the radio, sometimes you hear the same song. I swear to you, it plays. 3 minutes later, it plays again. 3 minutes later, it seems like it's playing again. It's like, okay.
One station increased the number of plays of a single by LSD, the Columbia Records trio by Labyrinth, Sia, and Diplo. SAP wrote, "I just got you a 1,000 promo through Columbia. Tell me what you need for stations. They will cover." Another text said, "This week, kill Panic and Ed Sheeran and put Sean Superpower for number 1. Republic sweating me already." Another text said, "Can we pull down Jonas Brothers Sucker, helping Pink go number 1. Apart from Panic at the Disco,
Wow. That's crazy.
5 Seconds of Summer, Flora Cash, Khaled, Labyrinth, Sia, Diplo, Shawn Mendes, and Pink. Other artists, according to the text, include Dua Lipa, the Jonas Brothers, the Backstreet Boys, Ellie Goulding, Dean Lewis, Maren Morris, Marshmello, Halsey, Ed Sheeran, and other artists associated with Warner Music, Sony Music, Universal Music, Columbia Records, and Republic Records. The messages also reveal that the problem does not only rely on record labels willingly paying for radio plays, but also radio stations extorting record labels. SAP wrote on a text message, "I'm going to make Patty beg for increase," when talking about spins for a Louis Capaldi song. So how did he allegedly extort record labels?
Crazy.
For example, Green Day's lead singer Billie Joe Armstrong released a cover of "I Think We're Alone Now," which gained organic popularity and started climbing radio charts in 2020, since it offered a small measure of comfort to a pandemic-stricken world. However, it seems like his record label was not interested in actively promoting the song, so Steve Sapp texted an employee at a radio station to reduce the song's spins as a way of forcing them to pay. He wrote, "I hate to do this, but Billie Joe needs to go down. They, the record label, said they aren't working on it and not paying bills. If we take down, let's see if they are all of a sudden working on it." But
Damn, the extortion is real. That's crazy. You gotta be a shark in this game, man. Wow.
this tactic, or I would say extortion, didn't work out. SAP then wrote, "Billie Joe down," and they never paid a dime. So when BTS were first invited to US radio stations in 2017, they were happily welcomed and had some pretty nice interviews. But I really don't think it's a coincidence that after some time, the same radio DJs that were interviewing them and being nice to them changed their attitudes towards them. If we can learn anything from this SAP lawsuit, is that during these days, a payola agreement had to be made, but BTS and Big Hit refused. So radio stations turned their back on them, just like they did with Billie Joe Armstrong.
That makes sense. That makes sense. They were sending those texts like, we got to make sure Big Hit pays up. We got to make sure BTS is paying up them bills. And since they're not, we're not going to play them until they pay. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Oh, man. I am so sorry. I just saw that this was like this. I apologize, Jesus. Send my sincere apologies about that. Jesus, that's such a mess up. But I feel like the video we're in it already, so it is what it is. Sorry about that.
Now, you may think that radios refuse to play BTS songs because they are in Korean, and that is definitely part of the problem. However, even with their massive promoted English singles, they don't get the same crazy amount of plays as other smaller English songs, and when they do get radio play because of the massive success of the songs, radios only give them 1 or 2 spins during daytime, and some more spins between midnight and 6 a.m., so they can have the least amount of listeners they can. This is part of their extortion, allegedly. Just compare Dynamite or Butter to the Shawn Mendes case shown in Sapp's text messages. Sapp wrote that Republic Records was paying for Shawn's single If I Can Have You to rise to number 1. Sapp wrote, "This week, Kill Panic and Ed Sheeran and put Shawn's Superpower for number 1. Republic's sweating me already." Then the station told Sapp that Shawn's single was set to play every half hour. But then Sapp fired off another text saying, "It is too close and we haven't jumped Ed yet. After 8 p.m., can we do every 15 minutes? No one will even notice. No one listens to the radio unless in a car."
And I just said that, like, it always feels that the songs get played and overplayed until they just burn out. And it's just like, all right, I had enough of this song. But that's their strategy and what they do. And this is mind blowing.
And apparently, playing the Shawn Mendes song every 15 minutes worked, because that week, Mendes leapfrogged Sheeran on the media-based chart and hit number 1. Sapp did say one right thing: no one listens to the radio unless in a car. And this is only when people don't have the chance to connect their streaming service to the car. Radio is dying. So why do music charts consider radio spins as important as sales and streams? The songs on radio are not the songs that the general public likes. They are the songs that the general public is forced to like. It is impossible for a song to be an organic radio hit when it's played every 15 minutes. The Billboard Hot 100 and the other music charts should stop treating radio numbers as a metric for a song's success. But of course, they won't stop. The music industry is an extremely corrupt system, and they don't care if BTS has more fans actually buying and streaming their music. If they don't pay for radio, their number ones will be taken away. They don't care that BTS is the artist that sells the most records in the world. The music industry has brainwashed music fans into thinking that the general public's approval is better than a loyal fanbase, because that is organic success.
And this is why this channel started, to be honest with you guys. This is why we became reactors to a lot of Latino LA artists in the beginning of this journey. And this was why, because a lot of the talent that we were seeing, in the streets and all around us, it was very incredible. I'm not gonna lie. So to us, it was like, you know what? Let's give them that platform. Let's go ahead and check them out. But funny enough, it's like the support for them is not there when it comes to, let's say for example, BTS fans being here because this video is about BTS. Understandable. You guys show up. You guys absolutely show up. For them, their people don't show up. So it's kind of messed up that they don't support them fully, and I actually get to see and witness what true support is from the army. Because, like I said, no matter what they're doing, no matter where they go, the army's there to support them. That's crazy, huh?
Well, it's been proven time and time again that the general public's opinion is forced into them by music labels, shameful campaigns, and strategies. And your favorite artist, no matter who it is or will be hurt by this. Because the general public only listens to what they're supposed to listen to, and then they move on and forget. Artists do care about views, likes, plays, and streams, because it means that people are listening to their music and watching them perform. Those who say their favorite artists don't care about views or charts are just deluding themselves. Artists want what BTS has, whether they admit it or not.
The BTS, they're massive. I want that social following.
Exactly. That is what I want to be honest. And I have seen that a lot of you guys like me. A lot of you guys like my wife. A lot of you guys like us together. And I'm so thankful for that, because that's what I've always wanted, for someone to like us for us, So man, I love this video. I swear, I have such a good time checking out Boracity's videos. It's
Me
not
and
even
Shawn
funny.
Mendes are like, how do we get this type of fan base?
BTS and their label Big Hit always shared a message of honesty through music, and they refused to give up these values for a number one, even though this is something that every artist wants, including BTS themselves.
What's kind of something else that you'd like to accomplish this year?
Billboard Hot 10.
When BTS were rejected by radio in 2017, ARMYs assumed that it was because their songs are in Korean and nothing else. And I don't personally know BTS, but maybe they thought this too. However, when they released Dynamite in 2020, something happened. BTS had a lot of
And you know, real quick, this is gonna be off subject, but I just thought about the song Dynamite. That song is one of the songs that you can play over and over again in different years, and it's never gonna be a boring song. That song is gonna live on for eternity. I'm not even lying. Dynamite, Butter, like all of the top songs that they've had that have hit the radio in the US and stuff like that, those songs are straight up gonna be in the history books, for real, for real.
However, when they released Dynamite in 2020, something happened. BTS had a lot of interviews for radio stations again. They even had a bus where radio DJs could listen to Dynamite before the release date.
Wait, what?
Even had a bus where radio DJs could listen to Dynamite before the release date.
Wow.
They repeated this promotion for the release of Butter.
BTS is sending tour buses around the country to different radio stations with Butter on it. They're playing it, but we're getting a chance to hear it before anybody else.
ARMY
That is so cool. That is so cool. And that's such a different strategy that I would have never thought of. I like that.
Radio stations with Butter on it. They're playing it, but we're getting a chance to hear it before anybody else.
ARMY's hopes were
That
up
is
because
sick.
these are songs in English, and this type of promotion worked to a certain extent. Compared to their Korean songs, BTS were gaining significant radio play for the first time. But even in the best case scenario, the radio spins were not nearly as massive as other artists who had songs way less popular than Dynamite or Butter. Maybe it's because they didn't do what they were expected to do, which is pay their way to number one. And even before the release of their English singles, BTS expressed that they hate these charm manipulation tactics, and that even though they had multiple wrongful opportunities to jump to number one, they refused to do so.
부정적인 방법도 좋지만 조금 더
They refused to do so.
부정적인 방법도
I know there are some dishonest ways to this,
좋지만 조금 더
but wouldn't it be better to make music with more honest ways?
정직한 방법으로 좋은 음악을 만드는 게 어떨까요? 모두 다
I look forward to living in a world where music is produced in good faith and heard in good faith.
좋은 음악을 하고 좋은 음악을 듣는 그런 시대가 왔으면 좋겠습니다.
I agree. I feel like music should be something that the consumers should choose what should be played. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if that is the way that, man, this could be such a deep conversation, because this has to do with our wavelengths, our ears, like just the chilliness that we feel with some songs. Like, this is a very deep conversation that could happen, because it's one of those things where it's like, music is truly life. It could take you through different roller coasters in life. It could take you through a different path. It could, get you sad, mad, happy, in a good mood that you want to dance and stuff like that, So there's such a big conversation to have right there. We should have it one day. We should have it on the live one day. Remind me, if you guys are down, let's do it on the live.
It's a pretty common thing for BTS and other artists to invite radio DJs to their concerts and gift them their albums so they can get to know them as artists, because radio DJs are supposed to be interested in music. Radio DJs were first supposed to share the songs they liked on their radio shows because they were supposed to be music lovers. They were even considered music experts, but they aren't. They do zero research before interviewing them.
And that's one thing that I hate. I've only done one interview. Yeah, one interview and it was a local artist, like I said. But I did my research. I knew about him. I asked him questions. I had things that I matched up with different aspects in the way that he made his album that made it make sense, but also he opened up to give me more information on that and just things like that. But it's like, you gotta do research. I see it as disrespect when you are trying to talk to someone about their artwork and you don't know anything about them. That does not make sense. What are you doing? Like, really?
They ask them the same repetitive questions. And when armies talk about their music, they cut them to ask who their favorite member is.
I like how they're really talented and they're very inspiring. Like, all their songs, I love them.
But Sabrina, let's just cut to the important. Who do you have the biggest crush on?
They would rather tweet nonsense about BTS's looks, hair, or outfits to gain some likes. They even make fun of armies, implying we are obsessive by doing things like this. Me running to stay at BTS Airbnb so I can smell B's pillow. Or this other guy called Psych, who is the most immature radio host in history. He tweeted, "We have BTS hair, people," and showed a video of BTS's hair. According to him, armies responded that it was weird for him to film that and that was so embarrassing for him. He then said that it was just a joke and that he was making fun of crazy fan bases. When armies didn't buy it and decided to stay away from him and not watch the interview, he said that we were not true fans because true fans would watch anything and everything when it comes to their favorite group. He also responded non-stop to every army he could and then said that everyone was just jealous of him. He tweeted, "Well, I spoke the truth. I met them. Some of you didn't. Is that not true? You don't think die-hard fans are jealous of people that meet BTS?" Another tweet said, "It must kill you to know that you'll never meet BTS and I've met them twice in less than a year. Also, be careful with talking about snapping necks. Violent threats are not typically acceptable on social media." Of course, making himself the victim. When the interview was released, the guys didn't seem very comfortable with him, even when the interview was before any of this happened.
These fans, you guys know, they're pretty insane.
This radio.
Damn. And you know, that has to do a lot with the energy that they felt. I could already tell BTS showed up, you know, high energy, excited to share their story, talk about their projects and what they're doing. Then here comes somebody with an ego, and you know, I could already tell just by the way that he's talking, the way that his mannerisms and all that, I could tell he's a douchebag. Let's be real. And I call it like it is. I'm not saying that to be disrespectful, but I'm just really calling it like it is. That's what I'm looking at. But this guy right here, stay away from him, because the bad energy that people often want to give to you, you don't need to accept any of that. And I'm so glad that they were not even interested and not even trying to give him that energy back or anything. They're just like, oh God, let this be over. Because in all actuality, this is the type of stuff that they had to go through that personally I never seen. But I could already tell that he's so cringy already that I don't even want to like see what's going on, because it's like, look at their faces when they showed them. They're just like, what? You're literally talking about our fans. You're talking about our army. Don't disrespect the army. Don't disrespect the people that support us. And I like that because they're defending us in a way, if you really think about that. And that's something that we should not take for granted, because it's like we look out for them and they look out for us. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, man.
These radio DJs think this is what we want, when the only thing we're asking for is for them to learn a little about their music. But they don't even listen to their songs. Mario Lopez interviewed them without even knowing
I did a clip on this.
that they dance. And I'm pretty sure he didn't listen to a single BTS song before this interview.
What do you have planned for the concerts? Do you guys like to dance at your shows? Do you do a lot of dancing?
Yeah, of course.
So yes, dancing in the shows. What else could we look forward to?
And despite
Till this day, I'm so disappointed in that question. It's just a simple Google search. It's just a simple, let me Google it even on my phone. I don't need to do it on the computer, on my phone. A simple search. But someone like Mario has been known to be a little bit of how can I say it? I'm not gonna say it because I know some people that know him. So let me just not say nothing. But that was a stupid ass question though. No lie. Oh.
by it, radio DJs don't go to their concerts because they simply don't care.
You guys ever been to a BTS show?
And it didn't matter how big they got. At this point, the fact that none of them have gone to their concerts, at least out of curiosity, shows their
You know what? I'm going to say something about this. I think one of the best things that you can do as someone who truly enjoys music is go to your favorite artist shows. I had the opportunity to go to a festival as of the most recent one that I've done where we did a lot of recording and we posted it on social media. This was like a year ago already, but we went to a festival and it was cool because I got to see a lot of the artists that we were reacting to since 2018. So I got to see them. I pretty much saw them grow from the fan base that they had to what they were now, and I would always use this reference where it's like I would see them with the small rope chain. Next thing you know, they got a bust down, their logo type jewelry, but it's very important to hit up a show because like I said, these are some of the moments you're going to be able to see how much of great performers these people can be. And I'm saying these people because I'm talking in general for any type of artist that you're thinking of, you know what I'm saying? But it's very important to do that.
Yeah, show.
And it didn't matter how big they got. At this point, the fact that none of them have gone to their concerts, at least out of curiosity, shows their bitterness. They don't get any benefits from their success, so they don't want BTS to succeed. The radio DJ Big Raid, one of the only ones who openly supports BTS, revealed that radio DJs would talk bad about BTS on a private Facebook group. He tweeted, "There's a Facebook group for radio people, and today they were basically shading BTS pretty hard. Mind you, I've been a pretty active supporter of BTS for a while, but I never thought I would get that upset over a Facebook post. These radio DJs who talk bad about BTS in private are the same ones who have the audacity to tell armies, well, maybe you should be nice to DJs, ignoring all the thank you gifts and nice messages we send them. These guys from SiriusXM even pretended they were the ones who bought these cupcakes for BTS, when it was armies who bought them for them to play their music."
We have a little something to give to you guys in celebration.
We brought you cupcakes.
Cupcakes.
What is that?
The cupcake.
You're lying. Oh my God, you're lying.
It was armies who bought them for them to play their music.
We have a little something to give to you guys in celebration.
We brought you cupcakes.
Cupcakes.
What is that?
The cupcakes even have the logo of the fanbase who sent them, which is slightly different from the official ARMY logo. And even worse, a DJ called Dave from 103.3 AMP radio from Boston said that armies were trying to poison him with the cupcakes they sent to the station as a thank you gift. He then said that it was just a joke because he always says that armies are annoying, and then he manifested that BTS will break up because he believes in manifestation. So don't say armies should try being nicer to radio DJs.
What? Hold on.
He believes in manifestation.
Whoa.
Station
What?
as a thank you gift. He then said that it was just a joke because he always says that armies are annoying, and then he manifested that BTS will break up because he believes in manifestation.
He believes in it. So he really lives on some hater shit, huh? He really wants to continue being a hater for everybody. Isn't that something? This is what I can't stand. And I don't care like about them having these kind of platforms. I cannot care. If you're a shitty person, you're a shitty person, man. Like if you're really hating on somebody that bad where you have these so-called manifestations that you are predicting, but these are pretty much like, some can be downfalls of people. For example, the BTS will break up. What are you even talking about right now? Like, that is actually crazy. That is actually crazy. That that rubs me the wrong way. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. That really rubs me the wrong way. I can't stand people like this. Some fake ass people. I can't stand people that, want to use their power to disrespect or worst wish downfall on somebody. It doesn't matter who it is. Like, wishing downfall on somebody, that is one of the lowest things you can do. The best thing you can do is just ignore them. If you don't like them, you don't gotta be here. You don't gotta. It's cool. But you don't gotta talk bad about them. You don't gotta have a manifestation that they're gonna break. That's crazy, bro. Damn. What?
So don't say armies should try being nicer to radio DJs. We've been nice enough. Radios need to stop pretending that what gets played on the radio is ever dictated by a fandom's relationship with a radio DJ. They don't care about the most requested song or artist. They care about money.
Once again, Boracity, thank you so much for the amazing content. I'm truly, I am very thankful for this content creator because this is one of the most watched that we've had on this channel. And like I said, to the point, no BS, and it's very good journalism. So shout outs to you.
In conclusion, I don't think we should blame BTS or Big Hit, a Korean company, for not bribing radio DJs. They are not the problem, radio is. This person tweeted, "Payola is illegal. Do you really want our guys or their company to do that? You do realize that they would take the money but then give another white or at least American artist more spins so they can't top the charts? The music industry is one of the most corrupt systems marred with systemic racism and xenophobia. There is no winning this other than what we're doing for years, showing them that we will succeed anyways." In 2017, BTS and ARMYs were so excited and full of hope, without realizing how dirty the Western music industry is.
I remember as getting airplay spins on the radio was hard. The fans would send over flower banquets, bouquets. I said banquets, flower bouquets to radio DJs. Even in the present, they do such efforts.
팬분들이 DJ들한테 꽃다발도 보내고 여기 현지 에이전시사에서도 되게 노력 많이 하고 그런 일들.
We learned by experience, and it looks like now BTS lost respect for the industry they admire at some point.
The name is really huge for us. We've been listening to Billboard since we were 8.
They are literally the biggest artists in the world right now, but they have experienced disappointment after disappointment. They didn't even promote their new singles in America like they used to. Left and right, bad decisions, Jack in the Box, and yet to come.
I have heard you guys request Jack in the Box. I heard it. I'm gonna get my wife to do a full album review with me. I'm gonna get her, once again, I'm gonna repeat myself. I am gonna get her to do full album reviews with me for these records. I messed up. But I'm gonna get her to do these album reviews with me because it's important. It's important, I'm obviously gonna check out music videos and stuff like that, but when it comes to reviews for that full album, I gotta get her in here.
only have some calm interviews intended for only armies to watch. They have more personal content and projects. Basically the same as before, but without the awkward interviews with people from the media. This is why BTS can only rely on armies, and that is a good thing. Other artists may be in the constant fear of being forgotten by the general public, unless they pay, of course. So don't let others make you believe that BTS's number ones were inorganic, because they are the only ones with an actual fan base actively purchasing their music and not paying for radio spins every 15 minutes. Brian Rowley wrote a very good article for Forbes titled "BTS Didn't Cheat Their Way to number one on the Hot 100."
Isn't that crazy? Now that's something else that we gotta really analyze and peep game on what it's actually saying. This means that even though other companies paid for their artists to get into the top 100, or even better, be number one, they did that without paying a dime. This was literally organic. Understand what that means. Mind blown, for real.
They just beat other artists at their own game. So don't let others guilt you for buying BTS's music. Don't listen to what others say. Stream. Watch their music videos and performances on official YouTube channels. Buy their songs and albums. It doesn't matter if they are old or new. OG7 group projects, projects with only some members, or solo projects. BTS will remain on top, whether the music industry likes it or not.
Damn. And that's true. That's very true what she said. That is very true what she said. Hold on, we lost the thing.
Watch their music videos and performances on official their own game. So don't let others guilt you for buying BTS's music.
This is where I wanted to pause at. When she said, don't let others influence you. Wait, is that what she said?
Don't listen at their own game. So don't let others guilt you for buying BTS's music.
There you go. Don't let others guilt you for buying. I lost, dude. That's crazy. You see, I'm not lying. I work hard today. So, anyways, but this is one thing that I've always preached on this channel, and this was kind of my situation before, where I would listen to different artists, and I would get made fun of it because I'm listening to, let's say, a pop artist or an R&B artist, because the homies are listening to gangster rap, or they're listening to rock, or they're listening to other genres, But I'm over here exploring different avenues and stuff like that, right? But that is something that I agree with, and I think everybody needs to do, and that's, don't ever feel weird or anything if you love a certain type of music, if you love a certain type of show, certain type of anime. It could be a certain type of anything. Literally be yourself. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the joys that you feel for you. You only know what feeds your inner heart, just so you could live that positive lifestyle. Because if you lose yourself in this game, it's never a good thing. It's not fun, and then sometimes people don't even come back. So this is very important. We gotta really be open-minded when it comes to just life in general, whether it's music, movies, life, work, people, everything, because if we get told what to do 24/7, you're literally going to lose yourself. You're no longer going to be able to feel that spark that you have in your heart. So even little things like this, if you enjoy BTS, enjoy BTS. EFAM, I'm talking to you. I know armies here. I know they fuck with BTS. But I'm talking to EFAM right here. This is the channel, the beginning times of the channel right here. EFAM. I know we're used to listening to some gangster music on this channel, but if you open your mindset, like I've been telling you guys since the get-go, you guys would understand that there's other types of genres, other types of music globally that we're missing out on. So this channel is going to now be open to the global world. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm not even near the surface checking out BTS. Not at all. But at the same time, I'm excited to check out other artists and other artists and other artists, because I'm so thankful. I was going to say something else, but I just thought of this. That I'm very thankful that I came across BTS, because out of everybody that I've looked for, that I've listened to, the stories that I've heard of them, I've never heard a group like this. I've never seen a group that, with all of the doubts in the world, with people not respecting them, not thinking they were going to make it to the level that they did, they were able to break through so many barriers that are unheard of, and they succeeded in every single avenue they've ever wanted to reach. This video was a big example of what we've been saying on this channel with the whole pay to play thing. This shows that it takes a special person, in this case a special group, to be able to fight against the big corporations that are putting so much money into the industry, surpass them, and hit Billboard Top 100 and hit #1 organically, without radio spins, by the way. This is literally a once in a lifetime situation. I'm gonna be honest with you. This has never happened, ever. So to me, this is so inspiring, because the same way that they move, the same way that they follow their paths, their career, and everything that they stand for is what I live by and I stand for. So this to me is like second nature, but I get to see someone that actually made it to the top with that mindset, with those mannerisms, with that, with the good spirit, with being nice to people, with respect, with honor. I get to see that. And I feel like that, to me, speaks to me so much more, because to me, it's like I may never reach that level, but at least I get to see that, you know what? Being positive and being mindful of people around you, just so you are spreading a positive message, can take you to the top. You know what I'm saying? And we see this in man, this honestly opened up so many different thought processes in my head. So many. And this is why I feel like these videos, low key, would be very good live. You guys gotta let me know. Because these conversations could go on and on and on. And I'm used to doing 3 to 4 hour lives on Saturdays. So it'll be nothing that's strange to me, But I feel like that would be such a good conversation, because it's such a trip, man. Like, for real. I'm using slang words now, because I'm just like really baffled by all this. I'm just like, how in the world did BTS gain an army like that? That just shows to me that positiveness kills negativeness, and I'm getting to witness that. That is so satisfying. I'm not even gonna lie, that's so satisfying. Damn. This one was a really, really good one. If you guys want to check out another Boracity video or anybody else's videos, let me know in the comments. As always, please make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. If you guys enjoyed this, hit that like button. Follow us on Instagram. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Let me pull it up once again. Follow us, follow us, follow us. Let's get it, man. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one.